Welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me. I finally got an opportunity to sit here at my beautiful magical table, and I've had a wonderful day, a beautiful day watching my daughter at her master's graduation ceremony, which was beautiful. I'm so proud of her. And it's always lovely when you can see your children happy and feeling good about themselves, and just anybody. I mean, it wasn't just my daughter, it was lots of youngsters there, young graduates that are just starting out in their careers, you know, their new lives. What would they be trying to achieve? What would be their dreams and their goals? You know, what is the dream? You know, what can you see yourself as or be or doing? And sometimes that can be really daunting for some people, I think. You know, right now I have my sort of dream, but I'm very happy where I am. And, you know, if things start to change, I mean, obviously my wish, my dream really is just to be able to, you know, live my soul purpose and be able to give words of wisdom to other people, which is why I suppose I became a teacher, you know. That's what I wanted to do, and it's been fundamentally within me for a long time to do that. So what is your calling? What is your calling? So let's ask Spirit for some guidance on our daily grind. Or what have you been doing today? I hope you've had a good day. Our little message, funny enough, today on our calendar is dream big, work hard, stay focused. Couldn't be more apt words for watching all of these young people graduating today, you know. And on the other side, it says focus on the good and address the bad. And I really feel that's something that I have learned on my wonderful journey of how important it is to really lean into the bad, lean into the emotions. You know, a lot of us might, you know, when you bury your emotions or bury the worry or bury anything that you really should be addressing, all it does is it just, you know, ends up stagnant in a part of your body. Your body starts to hold on to things, and it will manifest eventually, and it comes out in very different ways. And so I think it's really important to address everything that you can, and this healing spiritual journey is something that it teaches you to do. You know, love your body, love your mind, love your soul, mind, body, soul, and really value the three of them in balance together, because that is important as well for our humanness. So often we try and ignore maybe something. I've done it myself, physical, or, you know, a twinge on my foot I'm ignoring, and then suddenly it becomes worse. But your body talks to you all the time, and you know, you need to be very aware of that. So very important. I'm being told to get the if I can find it, high vibration. No, it's not here. It's not here, Spirit. How can I get it? No, I don't see it. The high vibrations, high vibe books. We can't do a high vibe if I can't find it. There it is. It's there. It's fallen out. Just lovely, ready for us. It is there. It's fallen off the bookshelf. So, high vibe, raise your vibration, and that's what I think we've got to really focus on right now. Our guidance towards our dreams, our guidance towards being the best version of ourselves, you know. And often we don't forgive ourselves for doing things because, you know, we believe we've done something wrong. And, you know, if you can really see it as being, you know, the value of the lesson and the value of the growth, because what you were at the time and what you were working with was your highest vibration, the highest point that you were at. Now things change, and you recognize something as it should be very different, and obviously that's something that you would address now very differently. So it's very important to recognize how we do grow. And we work hard, and we must stay focused in our growth as well. All right, so let's see what our raise the vibration is today, please, Spirit. Hello. My doggy's just come in to say hello to us. Mindful, not mindless. Interesting vibe. 43. So our mind is a magical place, for it's the space that allows us to access the information that's held in our brain, our body, and our spirit. There we are, mind, body, and soul. It's also the space that allows us to develop a relationship with the universe, set our intentions, and receive guidance. The key to tapping into divine guidance is through the practice of meditation. In order to hear the universe, you first have to listen to yourself. There's a false idea that through meditation we are supposed to either control our mind or even switch it off. I think a huge part of this is because when we see meditation in the media, we are shown images of blissful monks or folks with the unwrinkled faces smiling in meditation on the beach, and so on. This false narrative is then picked up by those seeking a more spiritually aligned life, and it comes into their spiritual practice with them, creating what can only be described as unachievable expectations, and thus creating a block in the development of their meditation practice. Meditation isn't about switching off the mind, but giving it permission to switch on. That's why it's often referred to as mindfulness, as the mind is full rather than empty. Meditation is also about listening, observing, and accepting what is, rather than trying to fight or control it. Remember, the moment you try to control or even fight your mind is the moment you allow your mental space to become a battlefield instead of a space for miracles. Of course, when you begin to develop your spiritual practice, you can also introduce tools that help you focus your mind rather than control it. And through focused practices, you have an opportunity to be liberated from the other stuff. But first, you have to face it. You have to observe, listen, and connect with the energy, information, and maybe even the fears that are permeating your being. Learn to sit, learn to observe, learn to listen, and the voice of the universe will become more apparent to you. Vibe of the day: I take the time to listen to my inner voice. My meditation practice is the opportunity to listen to myself. When I listen to myself, I can hear the universe. I am willing to listen. Very important vibe, mindfulness. So there we go. Let us see our guidance into the mindfulness that is us on our beautiful journey. So we're going to ask for my little robin to sit nicely. Our beautiful, I just want to cut the deck a couple of times, give it a nice little shuffle. Our Oracle, Wisdom of the Oracle deck, beautiful guidance right now. Please, Spirit, if you could please guide us with our beautiful guidance today. You know, I feel like we've got such a lot to be grateful for. When I watched my beautiful daughter, I was like so grateful that I have got such beautiful children. I'm so grateful for that. So I'm very, very lucky. Anyway. Right, let's ask guidance, please, for today. Could we have our guidance for today to give us our forward motion, our forward thinking, our opportunity to reach our goals? What is it? Something about being flexible, okay, and something about why. So it's the here and now and why and flexible. So something... Let me just see, what am I hearing? Being flexible. I think, you know, flexible is important, especially with change. Is there anything else you want to give me? The here and now, living in the here and now. I kind of said that, didn't I? I want to live in the here and now. I really enjoy what I do. I have a wonderful life. And if something comes, it comes. If it changes, it changes. Orphaned in reverse. Interesting. If something comes, it comes. If it changes, it changes. And out came orphaned in reverse. Okay, I think that's it. think that's all Spirit wants us to have. Oh, okay. There's a few jumping around. The energy is quite strong. Okay. Yang energy, masculine energy. Right. Okay, thank you. All right, let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. Here and now, we've also got orphaned in reverse and flexible. Well, flexible was the first one that came out, so we are definitely going to look at it. It's 19. No, 19. 19. 1 and 9 is 10. And 10 is then the end of a cycle. So being flexible with something is quite important here. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. So, a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things. Teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. That's wonderful. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Wow, isn't that interesting? And it says here, stay focused. Focus on the good, address the bad. And I was talking about that. So dream big, work hard, stay focused. But you need to be able to really know what's most important. But be willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. That is beautiful. And we also have got the Y card, number 31. I tell you the numbers because they may mean something for you. 31. Motives, driving, intention, the power of knowing the why. And I really love this card because it's like this little fairy's looking at this book with angel wings. It's like it's divinely guided for you. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice, knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So very strong energy about growth, isn't it, for us right now? And this is our guidance. It's the ability to really be adaptable, to be changeable, to be open to new ideas and new things, learning. Okay, I feel this card very much. It's not about asking, why should I, why? It's about asking, why is it like that? Why? What can I know? What, it's a very different feeling, that why. So it brings it, the invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. And then the very next card is here and now. Okay, so this is being fully present in the moment and living one day at a time. So everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. That is incredible energy right now. So there we are, a teachable something is going to, you're going to learn. And I said to you, we learn these lessons, we look back, we think about them. And then we had this orphan card, which is the number 5, which is all about transformation, by the way. So number 5, orphaned, it's a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place, but it is in the reversal. So the reversal is often known as the protection message. The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. It's time to address unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. Once and for all. There's maybe somebody here who really needs to hear this, you know. This idea of really being able to raise your vibration. I take the time to listen to my inner voice. My meditation practice is the opportunity to listen to myself. When I listen to myself, I can hear the universe, and I am willing to listen. So the universe has been telling you, you know, meditation, your practice, you know, work hard, focus, keep focusing, lean into what you need to lean into. Address these things. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you, so let it. Interesting. So somebody here needed to hear that. You know, after I've had such a beautiful family day, even with my ex being there, it was wonderful. It was fine. We had a nice day. I mean, you know, it really was about my children. And I always said that to him. It's about the children, nothing else. Energy cards. We've raised our vibration, our vibe of the day, mindfulness, flexible. The here and now. We're living in our moments. We're living in our now. We're remembering how important we are and what it is that we are learning. Okay, that's important. All right, let's see what these energy cards are going to give us. Oh, journey. The journey, the journey, the journey. Anything else? There's a card that's come out on top of the Y card. So that's interesting. All right, let's see. Oh, let's pick it up. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So our second chakra is the sacral chakra, okay, which is about creativity. And it can be very much about, you know, the idea of being flexible, definitely. But we'll have a little read of that. We've also got our journey card. You know, we're on this journey. That's what Spirit, the energy right now. But it came out by the here and now. So it's our journey which is really important. We've also got another archangel, and that is Archangel Gabriel. So we have two archangels, our throat chakra and our sacral chakras. Very important right now. So I'm going to read both of those for us. 36 and 39. There's a lot of 30s. They're 32 and 31 and 36 and 39. Gosh. Interesting. Any of those numbers mean anything to you? Take what resonates. All right. So when this card is reversed, you may find that your creativity is being blocked. Okay. You might need to take more risks, open up to new and different ideas. I feel that's very strongly really looking at that flexible card, isn't it? You do need to be open to what is about to happen, you know, in your life, I think, right now. And you know, today Archangel Michael was with us, and he will often bring about tower moments for change. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they can be bad. And when I was saying lean into what it says here, focus on the good and address the bad. All right, so see how you feel. Go inward to find the feelings that may be causing a blockage. Call upon Ariel to help you release old fears, self-limitations. Affirm that you are open to Spirit's love and creative inspiration. This card reverse can also signal problems with intimacy of all kinds. And that was so weird because that is exactly what I was reading with the here and now as well. About intimacy. Where's my book? Number 32. Was it here? Or was it the Y? No, the here and now is everything happens in the now and the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle everything. Where was it about intimacy? Was it in the Y? There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about your why you're asking this question. This invisible why is the life force energy. Where did I see about intimacy? That's so bizarre. Or did I dream it? Wow. 19. Let me go here. Oh, no. Also here, flexible, teachable, stay aware. Wow. Oh, orphaned. Perhaps it was orphaned. Yes, it was orphaned. Because it was orphaned because that was in the reverse, wasn't it? So the orphaned, yes, it says here, perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. And here it says very clearly, this card reverse can also signal problems with intimacy of all kinds and issues of sexual intimacy in particular. Visualize Ariel spinning a beautiful light in your second chakra, calming and healing the energy. Know that real closeness can be both safe and comfortable for you, and that you deserve a depth of sharing in your relationships. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. And then we also had Gabriel, and he came out in the reverse as well, which is unusual for him, but we are going to honor that and read it because he is about your throat chakra. So is there something you're not saying? It could be that it's blocked. Something in your history may have caused you to shut down. It's about unhealthy patterns. Or you may be currently in a situation where the free sharing of your ideas, opinions, or feelings are being threatened. In addition to the fear of self-expression, this card reverse could indicate physical throat problems. So you need to clear the throat chakra, call upon Gabriel, meditate on his power blasting through any blocks. And it talks about meditation. So there is someone here that really needs to hear this today. I'm very blessed to be able to bring you this message. So take what resonates. Absolutely. Muster up the courage to speak the truth to yourself, to those around you. It's time to let go of any old fear of confrontation and stand up for yourself from now on. Wow. And we also had our journey that also came out in reverse. Your desire to move or just get away for a while. The reverse of this card indicates a delay, a cancellation. Don't let the potential changes upset you. Refocus your energy and be flexible enough to alter your destination. Interesting. So there's that flexibility card again. Opportunity for something new might come along that it's often on this journey we've got this picture in our mind, we're manifesting a certain something, and spirit have a very, very different plan and it often does not look or turn out anything like what you thought. And I think this is the message today. There could be something about, the intimacy side of it. So it could be something to do with, love, and, opening yourself up to that in some way. You take what resonates. But with this journey and remember, you can always create new adventures, even in your present location or situation. So there's always the opportunity. And sometimes as well, remember, when we're on our path, we can take detours off our path. The thing is, we will always get back to that path. Whatever is meant for us will always be for us. And it's on the path. And if you've taken a bit of a detour in some way, absolutely fine. You just will be redirected back to that path at the stage when you are ready. And I talked about this idea of sort of not being ready or being the different version of yourself back then. And now you're here and you're a different version again. So that's important to recognize as well. Really important to recognize. Is that still burning? I can't even see. All right. So beautiful. The best of, there we go. Right. So hopefully that has maybe helped you in some way. Somebody definitely needed to hear that. Definitely needed to hear that. All right, so let's get some confirmation from our little guide deck on being flexible and, you know, when we need to get back on our path and maybe something to do with intimacy. Let's see what the guidance is, please. We're living in our here and now. Something about health, possibly. So it's interesting how this health card has come out, especially when we were talking about the sort of intimacy, and I was talking about physical, and I was talking about our body and what have you. So somebody here might be thinking they might have a little bit of a health issue, and I did say, didn't I? You got a bit of a sore in your leg or whatever you ignore, and yeah. So I do believe there is somebody here that needs to hear this. So if you feel like you are having a bit of a health crisis right now, you need to come back into your body. You need to really look after yourself a little bit more. Maybe it's about nutrition, exercise. Maybe it's about, you know, having that checkup that you need to have. You know, I kind of started this reading saying, don't ignore things. Okay, nothing needs to be ignored. I do believe you're safe and you're looked after. But I do think that you need to really understand that if there is something that you need to change, then change it. In my lap, we have a dream. So we talked right in the very beginning about our dreams. So don't forget that you have this dream, I'm being told. This is your dream. Whatever the situation is that you are finding yourself in, it's taken you a little bit maybe away from your dream, and possibly it's affecting your health, affecting you in some way. I'll give you an example. The only thing I can really think of right now, because it's close to me, is my son obviously plays football, he does gym, he's a jiu-jitsu, he does all of it. He's very, very active man, right? But he's hurt his knee, and the knee situation is quite bad. So he's had weeks off from football. He can't play. He can't do jiu-jitsu. He's ruptured his ACL. He's also got something else that the orthopedic, he's waiting for their feedback. So this is quite for him. Whilst it's not life-threatening in any way, touch wood, I'm sure it's not, he is protected, but it's something that is brought to him to make him recognize that, you know, when he feels like he needs to let off steam, he just works out, he does it, instead of maybe addressing things in a different way, and something's teaching him to be able to do that, become another version of himself. And it's quite important for him in this part of his life for a reason. But at this stage, you might be in this situation where there is something of your health that maybe you're not sleeping enough, maybe you're working too hard, maybe you're aware of the fact that you're not really doing much exercise, maybe you need to up that. I was the same because, of course, I had injuries and I wasn't back and doing my regular yoga, my Pilates, and I was doing Qigong this morning, I was doing yoga yesterday. I really wanted to get my body moving again, because energy, your emotions is energy within the body, and you need to move that. We've also got good vibes that has come out, and I love this little panda with his bamboo. So I really believe it's come out on top of our archangels, and really it's not a bad situation they're telling us, okay? It's just that you need to know that it's time for making that change for to continue to become that another version of yourself. It's time to move forward with that. You're living in your now. I'm the same, very nice and happy and what have you. But let's be a bit more flexible now to what is to come. There's something that's going to be presented to you. Be open to it. We've got a soulmate. So somebody is coming in as your soulmate. And there's also self-expression I was holding on to. I was just told, don't forget self-expression. Now, look at this peacock. Peacocks are beautiful birds. They fan this beautiful tail out with this beautiful plumage and color. And really, I'm feeling that that's really important for you, for us right now, especially when we meet somebody. We must be in that self-expression, that mode of beauty. And when we think about the fact that Archangel Ariel has come out and said, you know, maybe this intimacy thing for you is something that you need to work on. And I've talked in the last couple of readings about Tantra that I was reading about, and it's also sort of starting to make sense. If we look at this card, the flexible card, look how this body is really shaped, you know, this beautiful person is like a gymnast, so fit and healthy and strong, you know. Look at that, you know. And I really feel that that is a message as well for us. Okay, we're leaving this past scenario behind. Okay, you don't need to be considering that anymore. It's all about that past is in the past, and we're in the here and now, and this is what we're being told, self-expression, because there is a soulmate coming. Also, the release card came out very strongly, and it was right here by the orphaned card. So it is time for that release, okay? And maybe if you don't do it, because I mentioned him, Archangel Michael just might, with a tower moment that really will make sure that you have to let go, release something that has maybe kept you a bit stuck. I talked about being stagnant and stuck and that type of thing. So perhaps that is exactly what the situation is right now for you, you know. So trust in that belief, because honestly, it really does, it is really important to clear what you can, okay, right now, for that better opportunities, the next stage, the type of person that you're going to be. All right, so we're going to ask these beautiful Cozy Witch Tarot to confirm what we've got. Our soulmate, we have self-expression. And it's funny how the self-expression card as well, I wanted to put right by this why card. And I feel that's a self-expression. Why? You know, why? But it's the self. Why is it like that? I want to know more. I want to get further along. I'm ready. I'm ready for this change, you know. That is what we're saying to ourselves right now. We're on this journey for the reason. Don't forget your dream. Don't forget this dream. It's very important. So whatever health, let's look after ourselves. We've got to release that past. And we do that often, you know, when we break up with people and we move on, you know, you go suddenly to the gym and you start working out. Once you start doing that, you know it's time for that change. Things move, energy moves. Okay, so here and now, we're on this journey. What can you give us guidance, please, Spirit? Nine of Swords. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. So I feel this is really important. The here and now, we're addressing. Look at all these swords, though. They're all on that wall. They're there. So it's sort of telling us, you know, it's up to you to really switch that off, to not have to think about it, the Nine of Swords, in a past sort of moment. We all get a bit worried, and it's okay to think about, like I said to you, lean into it, and remember and recognize, gosh, I was a different person then. I'm a different person now. If I had that same scenario, I probably would handle it very differently. And often Spirit will give you a similar scenario, maybe a different person, maybe a different place, but you'll have that same situation to have to recognize, to make a change to. So the Nine of Swords, why has this witch been staring at her ceiling all night? What if scenarios? What if? You don't need to keep going through that. All right, it would be dishonest to say they never happen. okay, at all. Even if it turns out your worries were for a good reason, know that everything will be okay and you will get through this, just like you've gotten through everything before it. There's nothing you can do to control it, so you might as well shut your eyes and try to get some sleep. Exactly. The overthinking, we don't need to do that. Release it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it sort itself out in another way. You don't have to do it right now. Thank you, Spirit. That's lovely. So what else could you guide us with, please? What about the soulmate? Have we got any details? I don't want that many cards. Right, we've got on our journey the Four of Cups. Try not to be so picky. Okay? So you've got offers, you've got things to think about. Again, don't overthink. All right, we're in the here and now right now with these cards. This card is in the reverse. Nine of Cups. Live in a constant state of gratitude. All right, live in a constant state of gratitude. That's the best way to be, really. The Four of Cups. Something you need to accept the fact that you're not going to get exactly what you want. Do you remember I said that to you? Spirit they've got you back. They have it. They have the plan. The more you overthink things, the more you try and put a picture there, the less it's going to be likely that you're going to get it. Okay? It doesn't work like that. You have to keep looking after yourself, okay? Like this Y card where the fairy is looking at that book. It's got the angel wings. So you can read a story. Look, you can read the story, okay? And you'll have whatever picture in your mind. But because there's angel's wings on it, Spirit will have a very different picture. It will be better. Trust that. Trust that absolutely. No matter how many times you ask for it, know when you need to stop complaining and take real action instead, like asking for the next best thing. All right? So you don't have to do that. Just let Spirit take care of you. Let them look. Let them reward you. Let Spirit do it for you. The Nine of Cups as well. Have you forgotten just how many amazing blessings you've been given? You may find yourself wanting more to fill a hole inside you, except nothing ever feels like it's enough. Dig deep in search of what truly matters in your life. Absolutely. Dig deep right now to what really matters in your life. This soulmate, this person that's coming. Can we talk about the soulmate? Who is the soulmate? Let me have some detail, please. The King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. So the King of Cups as well is a very emotional king. The King of Cups. There's also a little seagull there, possibly a message. We've also got the Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely, you're going places. So the Knights are messengers. The Knights also bring about new adventures, new things, detail, stability. They are very grounded. And look here, this Knight has got all of this detail in the box. Ready, open, it's ready, it's coming. Okay, you've also got the Two of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. So stay balanced. This kind of goes back to that flexible card. Okay, and finally in reverse, we've got the King of Wands. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. So that's in reverse. So we've got two kings here. I do want to read that King of Wands in reverse. This is the kind of person who's their own worst enemy. They have so many challenges they can't overcome. They want so badly to do it all on their own. If they want to get anything done, then they need to be willing to ask for help nicely. And the King of Cups. So there could be someone here. Okay. Whatever the situation pertains to may benefit from the same level of maturity and composure. Being with sensitive, this person may be known for having a big sensitive heart, but they'll ultimately be very calm, collected in the way they go about things. So this soulmate, possibly, maybe you've got two people, but maybe this person really is presenting to you in two sort of different ways. I feel like this balance is very important. They obviously, maybe this is something that you've overthought. Maybe you see them in a certain way and actually they're in another way. Whatever this might be for you, what the message is that you remember your dream. Remember who you are. And if it's making you not feel good, if something's not right within your system and your body and what have you, that's where you have to release it and let it go. Perhaps this is why there's an intimacy issue. And it could be because of this person, the King of Wands, being, you know, that sort of, there's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all, was the message on that card. I just want to go back to the King of Wands for you. This person, if they weren't in the upside down, they'd be dedicated and passionate. So there's something that maybe they're a little bit, they're their worst enemy because maybe they can't overcome what they badly need to do. And perhaps so why there's maybe an intimacy issue. And when we think about intimacy, it's about knowing that they love you. You think they love you. They do love you. It says very clearly here, they do love you. The King of Cups is someone who's really very special and very, very passionate and has a lot of love to give. But maybe there's some sort of intimacy, and it could be a health thing. Okay, so I'm just saying what I see. But obviously, maybe this is what's playing on your mind a little bit. If it's you, you know, what you must remember is that you do need to go and take a cup. You do need to go and decide, make a decision about something. All right, because this is your life. This is what your dream is, and your dream is. They are trying to give it to you, and you're on your journey for a reason. So I hope that helped. I really, really do. I wouldn't, it's quite, you know, maybe that's why you keep asking why. Why do they present to me, and they, you know, the messages they send me are so loving, and yet I can't seem to get any further along. They've got this beautiful light within them, and they're not really giving me it all. You know, the intimacy side perhaps is not as strong as I would like it. Perhaps it's something that you need to address. Once you do that, that could open up for you, because we did have the good vibes and self-expression. The Hierophant, tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So this could be something that's quite traditional. Maybe it's somebody that doesn't want to do anything more, that they're very traditional. Maybe you're not seeing it from that point of view, okay? The Hierophant is also someone who's very intuitive, and that really makes you go back to you, your intuition, your gut feeling, how you're feeling. We talked about feelings and our body, you know, moving our body, being part of something. So really think about what it is that you may need to be addressing within yourself, and perhaps that will certainly help this other person. Could be other people involved, toxic witches, other people involved that might be steering you a little bit wrong, or them a little bit wrong, okay? So there could be a third party involved in some way. Could be a family member, somebody that they would be thinking about. True success isn't just about money, it's about happiness too. So it could be something to do with money, this tradition. Somebody that thinks that they need to have enough money, they can't go a little bit further. They've got so much love to give you, and they're giving it to you, but then they're holding back in other ways. The intimacy side is missing. The physical, I feel it's the physical side. So perhaps you're in a situationship with somebody, and this is what and they are your soulmate. They are somebody that you get on really well with, and you feel that. But there's something here that needs to be addressed. So perhaps you need to just focus on you. Focus on you, okay? Focus on the good, address the bad. Focus, focus, focus. Big point of this wonderful reading. So there you go. There you go. I hope that helped you. Thank you for listening to me. I don't know where 45 minutes has gone. I wish you all the best. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon.